I'm back. Kind of. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the I Don't Know podcast. This is your host, Veronica Towers. And it's been a minute, you guys. It's been 9 months, but I'm back for season 3, and I'm super excited to be behind the mic. Thank you so much for your patience. I know that I don't deserve it because I said I was going to take a little bit of a break, and I ended up taking almost a whole year. But in my defense, there is a global pandemic happening, civil unrest, it's election time, the world is kind of falling apart. So, it just didn't feel right, I guess. No time felt right to come back. But I could sit here and make up excuses forever on why not to get behind the mic again. And I was running out of them. I miss this so much. Cheese and crackers, I kind of felt empty without making content on this podcast. And yeah, I can't stress enough how excited I am to be back for season 3. And there's going to be a few new things, some changes. I don't know if any of you are already watching on the YouTube channel, but yes, now you can also watch the I Don't Know podcast on YouTube, and it's going to be all through Zoom recordings. And the reason that is because, the pandemic, quarantining, all of that good stuff, we want to be safe. And I'm going to be interviewing through Zoom as opposed to in person. And because I would still love to see my beautiful guest's face, we're going to be recording it. And now you guys get to watch them too. So make sure that you also subscribe to the YouTube channel now. But if you still just want to listen on podcasts, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify, that's totally fine. I completely understand. I don't like to look at me either. But let's talk about some new things. As you guys know, I used to have a co-host, and now it's just me alone. But that's not going to be the case all the time. I'm going to have occasional co-hosts, or it's going to be more like a group thing. It's not always just going to be me sitting behind the mic by myself. Obviously, I'm still going to interview people, and that might be done by myself, interviewing someone else one-on-one. But I do want to incorporate some more things so the interview can be more of a segment as opposed to the entire episode. The nerd in me wants to start a book club low key. If any of you guys are down to pick up a book together and then every week we could talk about it, wouldn't that be so much fun? Ooh, and I also thought about an anonymous line or like a voicemail box that I can set up and people could call in throughout the week because, I don't record live. I do pre-record and edit. So side note, videos, because of the audio editing, might also be very choppy, but deal with it. I'm not a professional here. But yeah, I can set up a line and you guys can leave voicemails throughout the week of whatever we talked about the previous week, and I can discuss it on next week's episode. I'm just looking for ways for the show to be more interactive with the listeners. I feel like that's not something I really took advantage of in the past. I'm interested to know what you want to listen to, what you want us to talk about. I was also thinking about maybe some games that we could play with listeners. I don't really know how any of this is going to work. I haven't even thought about the logistics of it yet. I'm just spewing out my ideas here because that's how they've been flowing out of me these days. Ever since I decided I was going to get back into podcasting, I've been thinking of all these crazy things. So obviously I would like to try these things, but I think that that's going to come with time. But don't get it twisted. I'm still going to be sprinkling my own seasoning in there. And I'm going to do my interviews that I've always done. So professionals, I'm going to talk to different people in different fields. I've always really enjoyed making those because I learned so much every single episode about different kinds of fields. And I think because of this, I can't decide on what I want to do for a living because I'm just interested in everything. But honestly, I think I want to do this podcast for a living, but don't tell anyone. That's my deepest, darkest secret. And then I'm also going to be doing the just like with a friend chit chat episodes. It's no longer going to be twice a week, how it was at one point, because realistically, on my own and a full-time employee and a full-time student, I don't think that I'm going to have the time to do all that. If it's possible, trust me, I will. But for now, all I can guarantee is one episode a week. I'm going to be as consistent as I can be. I don't know how many of you know me personally, but the only thing I'm consistent at in my life is being inconsistent at things. So it's going to be quite a challenge, but I'm willing to take it on because I'm excited to be here. I'm thrilled that you guys tuned in today. I'm thrilled that you guys supported the past 2 seasons because God knows that I don't deserve you. But make sure you tune in on Mondays. That's when all of the I Don't Know podcast episodes will be going up once a week for sure. Once a week for sure. Maybe there's some bonus ones that'll come, but once a week for sure. So tune in Mondays. This upcoming Monday, that is what, the 26th. Make sure that you tune in. I'm going to have my friend Eric on the podcast again. You guys probably remember him from the past 2 seasons. We had a great conversation that I'm excited for you guys to listen to. So, yeah, I guess I'll talk to you guys then. And the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you all. Bye.